everybody and welcome back to my channel. If you are new here, we post weekly bookish content, so if that's your kind of thing, don't forget to subscribe and stick around. Today I'm bringing you an exciting collective book haul. As you can see, I have quite a few books stacked up behind me, and these are basically books I've been collecting since December. So there are books from Christmas. I also had my birthday in January, so there are some books from then as well, and then also just a few bits here and there that I've used with gift cards and my own money as well. But I will say most of these were bought for me, so I'm extremely grateful to have them and to share with you guys. First up, I want to talk about a series that I got very recently. It's from Vinted and I got it for £35 when normally this whole series is going for probably at least 60, and honestly I've been waiting a year for this collection. And this is none other than the Magnolia Parks universe by Jessa Hastings. So I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 books here. So for £35, I think that is really good. And I also have the first book in the new UK cover. However, I don't like them. I am in love with these ones. I think they give such a vintage and expensive feel to them. So obviously the first book is Magnolia Parks. Then the second is Daisy Hates. And then we've got Daisy Hates, The Great Undoing. And then Magnolia Parks, A Long Way Home, and Magnolia Parks, Into the Dark. So I've actually only read the first book, Magnolia Parks, and I loved it. I gave it 5 stars. I think I read that in like March 2024 time, and I don't know why I didn't carry on with the series. I just put it away because I knew that I would love it, and I'm already like in love with the characters. So I think I went into like almost an avoidance type of thing. But I'm very excited to reread Magnolia Parks and then get on to the rest of the series. If you don't know anything about this world, then we are basically following, like, think Gossip Girl and make it staged in London. We're following this group of rich teenagers. We are seeing their drama. Our main 2 characters within this story are BJ and Magnolia. They have a lot of history. They were best friends, they dated, they broke up, and now they're in this kind of limbo where they're like hanging out, having sleepovers, and it's kind of like, do they want to be together, or is there just too much trauma and history between them? I honestly recommend getting into this if you enjoy something like Gossip Girl, just because it really does give me like Chuck and Blair vibes, and I'm so excited to have these. I also know Waterstones do the cloth bound special editions now, so maybe I'm gonna save up and purchase those too. Next up is a bit of a random book. I have had it on my radar for a little bit now, and I saw it in Waterstones. I had a voucher, so I went and bought The Prison Healer by Lynette Noni, and I honestly know nothing about it. So why don't we read the synopsis together? It says, Kiva Meriden is a survivor. After 10 years of working as the healer of the notorious death prison, Zalendov, she has only one goal: stay alive. But then the rebel queen arrives at the prison on death's door, and Kiva receives a message: don't let her die, we are coming. When the queen is sentenced to a series of impossible elemental challenges, Kiva volunteers to take her place. If she succeeds, both she and the queen will be granted their freedom, but no one has ever survived. With an incurable plague sweeping Zalendov, a mysterious new inmate fighting for Kiva's heart, and a prison rebellion brewing, Kiva can't escape the terrible feeling that her trials have only just begun. One thing about me, I love trials. Like, I love it so much when our main character has to go through different steps to succeed what they are wanting to. This sounds extremely good. Yes, it's YA. I'm so happy about that, because if you haven't seen my previous video, I read YA fantasy for a week, and I really am in my YA fantasy era. So this is going to be right up my street. And honestly, I just picked it up from what I'd heard. I hadn't even read anything about it. That's my first time reading the synopsis. Next is a book that I was kindly treated to by my boyfriend, and he got me The Songbirds of Ballad and Snakes by Suzanne Collins. And if you don't know, this is the like spin-off series for the Hunger Games trilogy, and I adore that so much. Every book has been a 5-star, every movie is a 5-star for me. Just the world, the characters, everything means so much to me. I have already seen this film, but I'm hoping to pick this up very soon, probably in March time, just because I think the next book is coming out in April. Tell me if I'm wrong, but it's definitely very soon this year. Another one that's been on my radar a lot recently is Divine Rivals by Rebecca Ross. From what I understand, our two main characters are in this war. They are on opposite ends. They're both journalists, and they end up having this connection where they end up writing to each other, from what I know. Yes, it says rivals drawn together by ink and magic. And I love books with a multimedia effect, like text message, emails, letters. I think it really adds a lot of depth, and we really get to see our two characters bonding as well. So I'm excited for this. I also got this with the same gift card that I got the Prison Healer with. So I'm excited. I believe this is YA as well, so just add it to my TBR, honestly. Now with a different gift card at Waterstones, I then got The Last Letter by Rebecca Yarros. Now, Rebecca Yarros, you're probably thinking, oh, I've heard that name before. Yes, this is the author of Fourth Wing, the Empyrean series. So when I saw this, I had to get it. I have seen a few people say it's heartbreaking. On the front, we are giving a little hint. It says, can two broken souls help each other to heal? It says, readers have fallen in love with this epic and emotional romance from the global TikTok sensation. I just hope that this is as good as I want it to be. Obviously, it's not fantasy, and that's the only books that I've read of hers so far. So I am really excited to see how she writes a romance book in comparison to like Fourth Wing, because I know she really captured Xaden and Violet's love in that story. So I'm hoping to see that kind of emotional connection in this one as well. I'm like stacking the books up there, but I'm really hoping that they're not gonna fall. Fingers crossed. Onto a set that I got from my parents for Christmas. This is the Percy Jackson and the Olympians series. So the first book actually isn't here because I actually have read it already, and I've just been meaning to get this video out for a while. So if you want to see my reaction to that, go and watch that, reading YA fantasy for a week, because it was really fun, and I obviously read the first book in that as well. So in this one we have got the Sea of Monsters, the Titan's Curse, the Battle of the Labyrinth, and the Last Olympian. And I really did enjoy Percy Jackson and the Lightning Thief. It just definitely was so much different to the movies, and it's very, I say I love YA at the minute, it's almost, that was slightly too YA. But also I'm wondering if, because I'd already seen that movie, I knew what was going to happen, things are less shocking. So I am excited to get to the rest, because I know this universe has like so many books within it now, and this little series is just one aspect of it. I think we'll talk about my final thing that I got for Christmas before I move on to my birthday. So I actually got given, once again by my parents, the entire Lunar Chronicles series. And once again, Cinder, the first book, is not on this because I read it in that same video. So I absolutely adored that book. I remember loving it when I was 16, 17. So I was doing a reread and it just did not miss. I love Kai, the main guy in that. He is the prince, he is soon to be emperor, and it's like, these are all like sci-fi retellings of Disney stories, and it just feels so amazing to be within the world that Marissa Meyer has created. We've obviously got Cress, Scarlet and Winter. Obviously our first book, Cinder, followed like a Cinderella-y kind of thing, but really it's not similar to those Disney stories. It's very much our main character in Cinder was half human, half cyborg, so it just adds a different element to it. There is also a kind of enemy population from a place called Luna who are battling Earth. So obviously you've got the moon versus the Earth, and there's just so many elements to it. I really recommend, if you are into YA fantasy, then go pick up the series, and I'm excited to get to these. I also have two of the novellas up there, but I was just too lazy to grab them and add them to my pile. Moving on to the books that I got for my birthday. So I've recently turned 25, I know, so old, in January, and what was one thing that I wanted? It was obviously books. And I want to start by saying one of these books that I received was actually from the lovely Ree, and she actually has her own YouTube channel here. I will post a little picture here, so definitely go and subscribe if you guys obviously enjoy bookish content. She posts pretty similar things to me, and she's so funny, and also her cat is an icon and a star. But she kindly sent me Taming Seven by Chloe Walsh. This is the 5th book in the Boys of Tommen series, well, the 5th and final one so far, because there is more to come. But this is actually Gibbsy's story. So our main character, Johnny, it's Gibbsy is his best friend, and I've always found him so funny and so endearing. He also seems a little bit mysterious. There's a lot of background trauma, I believe, to him, and I'm excited to find out what it is about and how he's going to kind of overcome that. But this is high on my TBR. I always find these books look so big, but they're the type of stories that I just read so quickly, and I actually never want them to end. Thank you once again, Rue. I was then given 2 books by my friend from back home. She firstly gave me Nightbane by Alex Astor, and this is such a beautiful cover. Also, can we talk about those special edition books, the Grimm and Oro special editions? I'll put a picture here if I remember. But see, I didn't love Light Lark, but the ending of it definitely got me in a mood to want to continue the series. So I was happy to have received Nightbane, and it's just a fantasy series that I hear a lot about, and I'm hoping that it just continues to get better as I get through the series, because sometimes with like a first book that I adore is 5 stars, the rest of the series can never sometimes live up to it. And then she also sent me a lovely hardback. This is A Fate Inked in Blood by Daniel Al Jensen. So I have no idea about this book. I have just seen it floating around TikTok, floating around YouTube. It's a beautiful cover. Yeah, I had it on my Amazon wish list. I think she had seen it, so decided to order it for me. I'm just gonna read it because I haven't even read the synopsis yet. So it says, bound in an unwanted marriage, Freya sends, I can't talk today. Freya spends her days gutting fish but dreams of becoming a warrior and of putting an axe in her boorish husband's back. Freya's dream abruptly becomes reality when her husband betrays her to the region's Jarl, landing her in a fight to the death against his son. To survive, Freya is forced to reveal her deepest secret. She possesses a drop of a goddess's blood, which makes her shield maiden with magic, capable of repelling any attack. I'm going to stop there because I actually want to go into this blind because that sounds really good, but I'm also scared it's going to be very confusing at the start, just because there was a lot of words there that were even hard to say on the synopsis. But yes, a lot of really good authors have commented on the back, like Kerry Maniscalco, who wrote Kingdom of the Wicked. She said, your newest fantasy obsession, beautifully brutal, action-packed and full of tension. I couldn't turn the pages of this epic tale fast enough. So that has sold it for me. The cover sells it. This is the premise of it. I'm excited to read. On to another series that I have been wanting for ages. So my parents kindly gifted this to me once again while I was on placement, because I've just finished my 2nd university placement. So I have a lot more time now and I'm extremely happy about that. But they got me the Natural series, and honestly this has been on my radar, on my wish list for a really long time. I believe these might be like sci-fi mysteries. So our main character, Cassie, basically seems to appear to be able to read people really well. And then suddenly one day the FBI come knocking on her door. And it says they've created this program that have given the chance for teenagers to start cracking cold crime cases. This just sounds so entertaining. And it's a 4-book series. They are not too long. Like the first book is literally 308 pages. Honestly, I may start this extremely soon because I'm excited. But yes, just wanted to show you guys that one. Thank you once again to my parents. I love it, and I also think the covers are really original and go really well together. I hope that stays. Okay, so these final 2 books I actually have bought myself with my own money. I've actually been trying to be on a book buying ban for a while, so I'd say 2 books plus the I guess 7 books. I bought the Magnolia Park series as well. That's still okay though. We are nearly in March, so I'd say I'm winning there. But I purchased The Ashes and the Starkest King by Clarissa Broadbent. And this is the 2nd book to Serpent and the Wings of the Night. Once again, a book that I didn't love, but I definitely wanted to carry on with the series, and I'm hoping it gets better and better. I think she is stunning. She's definitely a lot bigger than Serpent and the Wings of the Night. So let's hope it's not boring. And I knew that was going to happen. My poor books. all fixed. On to the final book of this little book haul. This is Wings of Starlight by Alison Saft, and I just want you to look at this cover. If you have seen or grew up watching the Tinkerbell movies, this is a romance story taken from that. We are following the Queen of Pixie Hollow. So that is Clarion. If you can remember, she used to wear that beautiful gold outfit, and then her main male character is the Lord of the Winter Woods. So as you remember in the movies, I think one of them is from the forest area, one is from the winter, so they cannot be together because they're from opposing sides. They're not designed to be able to survive in each other's little areas, and I'm so excited. I've been seeing this popping up on TikTok and I just had to purchase it because I love those movies so much. I honestly may even watch them today to get into the mood and maybe read this alongside it. But I remember loving those two and just wanting them. You could feel the angst even in a kid's movie. So I'm really intrigued to see what they have done to put it into a book. I'm obviously assuming it's YA. I'd be very surprised if it's not. It does have the Disney branding on it, but I'm excited. I hope you guys want to pick this one up too if you're into those kind of things as well. There we have it. That is my collective book haul from Christmas, my birthday, and just random shopping outings. So I hope you have enjoyed. Don't forget to give it a like if you have, and subscribe if you do want to see my face again. I aim to post every Wednesday and Sunday, so if you want to see bookish content twice a week, you know where to go. Thank you again, and I shall see you in the next one.